Huh? Aha! Cool. Yahoo!
One lovely morning, Mummy Pig was tidying up the house. Daddy Pig came over with an idea. How about we go on a relaxing family trip? Peppa and George cheered with excitement. The whole family quickly got ready, hopped into the car, and set off. On the way, everyone was laughing and chatting happily. When they arrived, Peppa and George eagerly went rowing, while Mummy and Daddy Pig enjoyed a romantic date together. The magical cloud. Inside their little house, Peppa and George were happily playing with their teddy bears. They giggled, hugged their toys. After a while, the weather grew hot, so the two decided to go outside for some fresh air. Magically, the cloud gently scooped up Peppa and George. The two looked wide-eyed in surprise, then burst into laughter as the cloud lifted them higher and higher into the sky. Picnic day. Today, Peppa and George are very excited because the family is going on a picnic. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are ready too. The whole family gets in the car. Peppa loves going out, and so does George. Daddy Pig spreads the blanket, and Mummy Pig puts down the picnic basket. Peppa chases a pretty butterfly, and George runs after his sister. Peppa tries to catch the butterfly. Library. Today, Peppa and George are going to the bookstore. Come on, family, let's get in the car. Peppa and George really love going to the bookstore. There are so many books to choose from. Peppa picks a princess book. And George chooses a dinosaur book. The pig family arrives at a farm to try being farmers for the day. We're going to be farmers and take care of the plants, Peppa says. Everyone gets ready to start working on the farm. Peppa and George start watering the plants. I'm going to water the plants so they can grow big and strong, Peppa says. George helps his sister by watering around the garden. Peppa and George begin to pick ripe tomatoes from the garden. Look, our tomatoes are ready, Peppa says. The pig family continues to pick vegetables and put them in their baskets. After a hard day's work on the farm, the pig family sits down to enjoy the vegetables they just picked. We can eat what we've grown with our own hands, Daddy Pig says. Everyone enjoys a meal and feels proud of their hard work. After a hard day's work, the pig family sits down to rest. Being a farmer is fun, but I like playing more, Peppa says. Daddy Pig laughs and says, helping on the farm is good, but playing is fun too. The whole family laughs and feels proud of their work. Peppa Pig and the Mysterious Footprints. Peppa and George are running and playing when Peppa suddenly stops and looks down at the ground. On the grass, small round footprints appear, forming a line. George curiously bends down to take a closer look, his eyes wide with wonder. Daddy Pig is watering the plants nearby and hasn't noticed yet. Peppa signals to George, and the two of them follow the footprints. Mummy Pig appears, holding a basket, and smiles when she sees the two children crouching down. The footprints lead to a small puddle in the garden. Peppa and George look around, feeling a little surprised. Peppa and George look down, then look at Daddy Pig. Peppa realizes the footprints are Daddy Pig's, from when he watered the garden earlier. It ends with Peppa and George laughing happily. The magical ladder. But this was no ordinary ladder. It began to shake and slowly lift off the ground. Peppa climbed up quickly, while George held on tight. Together, they rose higher and higher. The ladder floated past the apple tree, gently knocking apples down into the grass. Finally, the ladder landed back on the ground. Peppa and George tumbled off, laughing all the way. Peppa Pig and the sad teddy bear. The teddy bear is lying on Peppa's bed. Peppa plays with a Rubik's Cube. George runs past and accidentally bumps the teddy bear. The teddy bear falls onto the floor. Peppa turns around and sees the teddy bear. Peppa walks toward the teddy bear. Peppa bends down and picks up the teddy bear. Peppa gently brushes the dust off the teddy bear. Peppa hugs the teddy bear in her arms. George stands nearby and watches curiously. Peppa puts the teddy bear back on the bed. Peppa sits next to the teddy bear. Peppa sees George, and they both smile happily at each other. Peppa Pig and the shape-shifting cloud. Peppa and George sit on the grass in the garden. High above, white clouds drift slowly across the blue sky. George points up at the sky, excited. Peppa squints as she watches a big cloud drifting by. Daddy Pig sits nearby, holding a cup of water, and looks up at the two children. Mommy Pig sits beside them, smiling gently. The cloud slowly turns into the shape of a chubby little pig. Peppa jumps up excitedly and points at the sky. A moment later, the cloud stretches out and turns into the shape of a dinosaur. George's eyes light up, and he jumps up happily. The cloud slowly breaks apart into many small pieces and drifts away. Peppa and George laugh happily. Peppa and the Little Picnic. Peppa holds a small basket and looks around the grass. Peppa spreads the picnic blanket on the ground. George runs over, carrying a toy food box. Peppa smiles happily. Peppa sits down and puts the food on the blanket. Peppa pretends to eat and nods happily. George copies her and pretends to eat too. They both laugh together. Peppa lies on her back and looks up at the sky. George lies down next to Peppa. They watch the clouds slowly drifting by. Peppa and George smile and relax. It was a beautiful sunny morning, and Peppa and George were playing in the backyard. Suddenly, George pointed up at the sky, where the stars sparkled brightly. Peppa smiled and nodded in agreement. The two quickly got ready. They put on their helmets and stepped into the shiny spaceship. The rocket blasted off, soaring through the fluffy white clouds and into the vast universe. They floated around joyfully among the stars. Peppa stopped on a bright orange planet. while George lay back on a soft pink planet, smiling as he gazed at the endless galaxy. Peppa Pig and the opening box. Peppa and George are playing in the living room. In the corner of the room, there is a small cardboard box with its lid slightly open. Daddy Pig is sitting on a chair, and Mummy Pig is sitting beside him. Peppa bends down to look inside the box. George is also curious and leans closer to the box. The box shakes slightly, making both of them jump in surprise. Peppa opens the box completely. Daddy Pig sees it from a distance, so he walks over and leans in to look inside. Inside are a few toys. Peppa holds the toy, and George jumps up excitedly. Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig smile. The empty box lies still on the floor. Hey! Peppa and George are inside the house. Peppa holds a sheet of blue paper. Carefully, she folds the paper into the shape of an airplane. Beep, beep, beep! Peppa makes the sound of a plane taking off. Peppa gives the paper plane to George. George smiles widely. He holds the plane and runs around the room. Whoosh, whoosh! George makes the sound of the plane flying in the air. Peppa claps her hands to cheer on her little brother. George runs near the window. He throws the plane. The plane flies out the window, loops around once, and lands on the green grass in the garden. Peppa and George watch in surprise. Peppa and George run outside into the garden together. They look everywhere for the paper plane. Hooray! Hooray! George shouts when he finds the plane on the lawn. They both pick it up and run back inside the house, laughing happily. Peppa and the giant blue balloon. Peppa runs into the yard and discovers a giant blue balloon lying on the grass. George taps the balloon lightly. It makes a boing sound that makes him burst into laughter. Daddy Pig is dozing off on the porch. The giant balloon rolls into his foot, waking him for a moment before he falls back asleep. Peppa and George push the giant balloon around the yard, laughing each time it bounces high. Peppa and George keep playing, pushing the balloon back and forth, while Daddy Pig continues sleeping peacefully on the porch. The Shimmering Lantern Night. Tonight is a very special evening. Peppa and her friends are getting ready to carry their lanterns. Every lantern has a different shape. Some are fish, some are stars, and some are round and shiny. The twinkling lanterns create a sparkling and magical scene. Oh, Peppa's lantern makes such funny and playful shadows. The little ones giggle as they parade with their lanterns. The air is warm and full of joy. The lantern night ends with laughter and happy memories. A colorful evening for Peppa and her friends. Peppa Pig and the Mountain of Bubbles. Today, Daddy Pig is washing the car, and Peppa and George discover lots of bubbles. Peppa and George think bubbles are amazing. Wow, look at that! A giant mountain of bubbles. Oh dear, Mummy Pig looks so funny as a bubble snowman. Playing with bubbles is fun, but playing together is the best fun of all.
Hey! Hey! Huh?
Aha!
Yahoo! Wow!
Peppa Pig and Tidy Up Day. Peppa and George's room. Toys are scattered all over the floor. Teddy bears, balls, and building blocks. Peppa looks around the room, a little surprised. George sits among the toys, happily playing. Mummy Pig walks in smiling. Mummy Pig hands a toy box to Peppa. Peppa picks up a teddy bear and puts it into the box. George picks up a ball, but it rolls away. Daddy Pig comes in from outside.
Aha!
Daddy Pig picks up the ball and hands it back to George. George smiles happily. Peppa Pig and the Silly Tower Contest. Today, Peppa and her friends are joining a tower building contest with wooden blocks. Everyone gets a small pile of blocks and excitedly starts building. Peppa carefully stacks one block on top of another, giggling. George tries to build his tower tall, but it keeps wobbling. Candy Cat makes a tower shaped like a curly cat's tail. Some friends build straight and tall towers, while others stack them in circles like a big birthday cake. Each tower looks silly and unique. Suddenly, a gentle breeze blows. George's tower wobbles and crashes down. The blocks scatter everywhere, making everyone burst into laughter. Even though no one has the tallest tower, everyone has their own masterpiece. The best prize of all is the laughter and joy they share today. Today, Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig go out, so Peppa and George decide to spend the whole morning playing outside. Peppa starts scooping sand and builds a little castle in the yard. George places his toy dinosaur in front of the castle, turning it into a guard at the gate.
Whoa.
Suddenly, a ball rolls down from the sky. Peppa picks it up and kicks it gently to George. They run around, passing the ball back and forth, filling the garden with laughter. And when Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig return, they find Peppa and George had a wonderful morning together. Playground. Today, Peppa and George are going to the playground with their family. Peppa and George love going to the playground with their family. George loves spending time on the slide, going up and down again and again. Peppa and George also love playing on the swings. George is enjoying the swing, while Mummy Pig gently pushes him higher and higher. While George enjoys the swing, Peppa and Daddy Pig head over to buy some ice cream. Hey, hey!
Yahoo!
Wow! The family's chair. Today, in Peppa Pig's living room, there is a brand new chair. It looks so comfy, and everyone wants to try it. Peppa jumps on first. The chair goes creak. George climbs up too. Now it goes creak, creak, again and again. Daddy Pig comes in and sits down. The chair tilts to one side, wobbling like it's about to fly. Mummy Pig smiles and joins them. The whole family is squeezing onto the tiny chair. The chair squeaks, shakes, and thud! It falls right onto the floor. For a moment, everyone is quiet. Then they burst into laughter. The chair isn't big enough, but laughter always has room for everyone. 2 sweet cakes. Peppa's sister and Peppa brother were playing happily in the park, running around under the clear blue sky. After a while of playing, both of them started to feel hungry. The 2 siblings decided to go back home to find something to eat. When they arrived, Peppa brother sat down to rest in the living room, while Peppa's sister went into the kitchen. There, she saw 2 delicious-looking cakes and quickly brought them back to share with her brother. On a lovely sunny morning, Peppa and George were playing in the park. Peppa was sitting on the swing, watching as George played happily on the slide. After having fun, Peppa and George would go home to play together. Peppa went to get the toys, and George sat nicely waiting for his sister to come back. The 2 siblings played together while waiting for Mummy and Daddy to come home. Today is a fun-filled swimming day for Peppa's family. Everyone is excited as they head to the pool for a day of splashing, swimming, and making unforgettable memories together. Everyone steps out from the changing rooms, Peppa and George in their colorful swimsuits. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are also ready to relax and enjoy a day by the pool. Everyone is putting on their swimsuits, ready for a fun day at the pool. Daddy begins to blow up the float for his little one. Daddy is blowing up the float for his daughter. Now we can go into the water.
Hey! Hey!
Oh, so it turns out little brother is afraid of the water.
Ah.
Whoa!
Aha! Whoa!
Huh? Whoa!
Hooray! Pepper and the Reading Festival. Today is a very happy day. Outside in the yard, Peppa and George are playing together and singing joyfully. Inside the house, Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig are carrying a big pile of books and placing them neatly in the living room. Mummy Pig calls the two children inside and smiles as she says, "Reading books helps you learn new things and become more creative." Peppa and George both nod in agreement. George sits nicely next to Mummy Pig, listening happily as she reads him a story. Meanwhile, Peppa chooses her favorite book and reads quietly by herself.
A rain of sweet candy.
It looks like rain. Peppa and George are about to run inside. Oh, but this isn't ordinary rain. A shower of sweet marshmallows is falling from the sky. Quick, everyone! Let's catch the treasures from the sky. It's the best rainy day in the whole wide world.
Ah. Aha!
Peppa and the Funny Clouds. On a gentle afternoon, Peppa and George lie on the soft grass, gazing up at the wide blue sky. A long cloud drifts by, curling into the shape of a dinosaur. Its funny form makes the afternoon more exciting. Right after, a puffy cloud grows big like a multi-layered cake, glowing softly under the sunlight. Next, a cloud stretches into an elephant shape, as if blowing a cool breeze that makes the leaves tremble. More clouds appear, forming hearts, trains, whales, and even a cloud that looks just like Peppa, turning the sky into a playful painting. As the sun begins to set, the clouds shift to warm shades of pink and orange, ending a magical and imaginative afternoon.
Yahoo! Aha! Whoa! Oh! Wow!
Soap bubbles! Peppa and George are having so much fun. Peppa and George have a new toy, a bottle of bubble soap. George is blowing bubbles. Peppa is blowing bubbles. They run around, chasing the bubbles and laughing together. Super hot day. Today, the weather is so hot that Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig feel the heat as soon as they step outside. Peppa and George run straight to the backyard. Peppa, who loves mud, jumps right into a puddle. But the mud was so dry, it cracked. Peppa and George are ready in their swimsuits. Daddy Pig is ready too. Mummy Pig is ready as well. George and Daddy Pig bring out an inflatable pool, while Peppa carries the hose to fill it with water. Before long, the pool is full. The pig family splashes and laughs together, turning a hot day into fun.
Ah.
One warm afternoon, the Peppa family was gathered happily together. Daddy Pig suddenly had the idea to take everyone out for an adventure, and the whole family agreed with excitement. They stepped outside and found a cart full of colorful balloons. Each of them picked a bunch, and as soon as they held the strings, the balloons lifted them gently into the sky. While enjoying the magical ride, a chilly breeze blew by, carrying them over a tall mountain. Everyone laughed with joy, their happiness echoing through the air. The magical ladder. But this was no ordinary ladder. It began to shake and slowly lift off the ground. Peppa climbed up quickly, while George held on tight. Together, they rose higher and higher. The ladder floated past the apple tree, gently knocking apples down into the grass. Finally, the ladder landed back on the ground. Peppa and George tumbled off, laughing all the way. Library. Today, Peppa and George are going to the bookstore. Come on, family, let's get in the car. Peppa and George really love going to the bookstore. There are so many books to choose from. Peppa picks a princess book. And George chooses a dinosaur book. The Naughty Kite. Today is a very windy day. Peppa and George want to fly their brand new kite. Peppa runs as fast as she can, and the kite begins to fly into the sky. George waves with excitement as the kite goes higher and higher. Oh dear, the kite is caught in a big tree branch. Peppa and George look a little worried, but they still hope for a way to save it. Luckily, Daddy Pig comes to help. Now the kite is flying high in the sky again, and Peppa and George laugh out loud with joy. Super fun swimming day. Today is a perfect day for swimming. Peppa and her family are all so excited. Oh, there are so many fun pool toys. A float shaped like a watermelon, another like a big donut. How silly and fun! Ha-ha! George's ball decided to go swimming all by itself. What a memorable swim! Everyone is soaking wet, but they're all laughing happily. And that's how Peppa Pig's swimming day ends, with splashes, giggles, and lots of fun. Today, Peppa's family is in the living room. Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig are having a cheerful chat when Peppa and George come over to join in. Suddenly, Mummy Pig has a wonderful idea. It's such a lovely day. Why don't we go to the beach? The whole family quickly agrees and starts getting swimsuits. And so, a fun-filled trip to the beach has officially begun. The family is on their way to the beach. After a cheerful car ride, the Pig family finally arrives at the beach. They decide to split up. Peppa and George rush off to build their very own sandcastle, while Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig go for a little walk together and take some lovely photos.
Peppa Pig and the shape-shifting box. Peppa notices a very big cardboard box. It looks like just a box. But to Peppa, the box feels like a secret place. George gives the box a little push and the adventure begins. The box suddenly turns into a very special vehicle. In their imagination, the box can travel anywhere. Peppa and George learn that sometimes a simple box can hold a whole world of fun. Yippee!
On a sunny day, my sister and I decided to go for a walk. The two sisters put on their hats carefully before going for a walk, so the sun wouldn't shine on their heads. Suddenly, a big gust of wind blew Sister's hat away. The big sister burst into tears and cried loudly. The little brother went to get help. The giraffe agreed to help the two siblings. Surprisingly, the giraffe was a magician, so he helped the big sister get her hat back very easily. The two siblings were very happy to get their hat back. Peppa's balloon. Today, Peppa has a beautiful red balloon. She loves it very much. She hugs it, bounces it, and runs around with it. But the balloon is very cheeky. When Peppa lets go, it floats up into the sky. Peppa jumps high, but the balloon goes even higher. Peppa has an idea. She gets a chair to stand on. But when she climbs up, the balloon floats even higher. The chair wobbles, and Peppa wobbles too. At last, pop! The balloon gets stuck in a branch and then falls down. What luck! The balloon is back with Peppa, and this time she decides to hold it very tight. Pepper in the Reading Festival. Today is a very happy day. Outside in the yard, Peppa and George are playing together and singing joyfully. Inside the house, Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig are carrying a big pile of books and placing them neatly in the living room. Mummy Pig calls the two children inside and smiles as she says, "Reading books helps you learn new things and become more creative." Peppa and George both nod in agreement. George sits nicely next to Mummy Pig, listening happily as she reads him a story. Meanwhile, Peppa chooses her favorite book and reads quietly by herself. Peppa Pig and the Wandering Leaf. Peppa and George are playing in the garden.
Yahoo!
Daddy Pig is standing nearby, watering the flowers. A yellow leaf gently falls down in front of Peppa. A gust of wind blows past. A yellow leaf gently falls in front of Peppa. Peppa runs after it, with George toddling along behind her. Daddy Pig looks up and watches. The leaf floats past Daddy Pig and then lands on his head. Daddy Pig is startled. Daddy Pig smiles as the leaf gently falls down beside Peppa. Peppa holds the leaf, while George stands beside her happily. All three of them look at the leaf, and they all burst out laughing. Today, Peppa's family is in the living room. Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig are having a cheerful chat when Peppa and George come over to join in. Suddenly, Mummy Pig has a wonderful idea. It's such a lovely day. Why don't we go to the beach? The whole family quickly agrees and starts getting swimsuits. And so, a fun-filled trip to the beach has officially begun. The family is on their way to the beach. After a cheerful car ride, the Pig family finally arrives at the beach. They decide to split up. Peppa and George rush off to build their very own sandcastle, while Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig go for a little walk together and take some lovely photos.
Huh? Huh?